Jeffrey is always on social media. Every 3 seconds he has. You cannot really speak with him because when you just speak with him, he randomly takes his phone out and just goes on the phone when you try to have a conversation with him because his brain is so fucked up that he has an attention span of just a few seconds and the muscle memory kicks in and just takes his phone out and he goes on social media and doesn't listen to you anymore because it's just boring for him to talk with somebody because when he goes on social media, he instantly has so much more impressions at one point than he has just when you try to talk with him. And Adonis never consumes social media. He only uses YouTube when he wants to learn something. Otherwise, he's just enjoying the real life, the nature, because he also was at this point, but he just realized how bad his life got through social media and that his life is much better without social media. I remember when I was at this point, I was just always scrolling on my phone because I didn't really want to talk to somebody. And I had like 40 hours a week on YouTube every single week for I don't know how many months, but a long time. And imagine you are giving up your sleep and trying to hold you somehow just awake that you can watch this dumb YouTube video. And then you're just lying here in bed, watching, nearly sleeping in, and then your phone just slams full on your face and you just feel the pain in your face you have from that. But so I was happy that like, oh yeah, I'm awake, I can watch again this YouTube video and just go a few seconds back and watch this part again. Like I slept in at around 3 to 4 through the week and needed to wake up at 6. So imagine a 14-year-old boy watches YouTube every day through the week from 9 to like 3, 4 a.m. because he thinks he cannot sleep before he watched every new video from the like 15 to 20 YouTuber he followed. The time came, I really wanted to stop, but it was just so hard. I felt like I will miss all these really important things that this YouTuber will say in their Minecraft and game videos, so that I need this information that I can survive and that I can sleep in because it's just so valuable. But in reality, like, I don't know anything of that. It just didn't bring me any further in my life. I was just a complete Jeffrey. And it got better with the time. But imagine, like 5 years after wasting thousands of hours on social media alone, what I could have done with this time is just unbelievable. I calculated it, and I think I wasted in the last few years around 5,000 hours on social media. Imagine 5,000 hours what you just could have done in this time. So, and most of that was just entertainment. It wasn't educational stuff that I can proceed, that I can grow. It just was alone entertainment. And if I would just spend this time with me alone, doing something, going for a walk and so, it just would have completely changed my life and I wouldn't had such a big lifespan in my life that I was just so depressed and didn't saw any point why I should live. So social media is the biggest rock that ever existed. Like look around you. Just look around you when you go into a city, into a bus, into a train, you see all these zombies around you. Just the phone up and strolling through social media, and when you try to talk with them, they don't ever realize it that you try to talk with them because their attention is just so on their phone locked that they can't even see something else and don't realize this. Social media is built up to exactly take your attention, our opinions, and nearly even our souls. Like when you see all these people, I really feel like their soul just got taken out. And these big peoples that want to build up exactly this society achieved it. And just most people just work for them because they can't even think right anymore. They cannot sit still 1 minute without entertainment. They cannot go into the nature and just enjoy the nature one time. They're just doing what they get told to do and don't question it if they can do even more in their life. They just accepted it that their life is how it is. Like they have a job they hate, their salary is way too low, they have nearly no free time. Most of them don't even see this because they are constantly on their phones and just brainwashed that they think like this is life, this is normal, and I don't need to be happy, I just need to work, and then when I'm 60, 65, when I get my rent, then I will be happy and will be a free person, and just waiting for that. Jeffrey is like, but it's not that big of a problem when I just be on social media when I go to work in the train. It is, Jeffrey. Your brain is not made for this overstimulation that you have on all the social media platforms. You consume way too much than your brain can process. These videos and posts will come up through the whole day again, and even the next few days just drains you a lot of energy and focus because of these things that you consumed on social media. When they are helpful to your situation that you are right now, then it's really helpful. And just when you consume stuff like that, but like if you follow self-development Instagram account and YouTuber, like most of the stuff that gets posted there is not relevant to you and just drains you energy and takes place in your brain. And so compare this. You are always on social media and the other person has the exact same life as you but isn't on social media in the train. Instead, he listens to a podcast or reads a book. And in 1 year, the difference will be so damn huge that it's unbelievable. And yeah, I know it's hard and it's not easy. And you can't just change that from today to tomorrow. It just takes this process and the time to slowly reduce how much social media you're consuming. What really helped me was just doing a social media detox for like 24 hours. And this just gave me the view on how beautiful life can be, and that I really wanted to take my social media time to as little as even possible. But like after this 1 week was good, and then I just started to consume again more and more and more. It wasn't really that hard, and just I needed to reduce it slowly. Like for example, try to be the first hour of the day without social media. Or even better would be when you just don't use your phone the first hour in the day. And this will make such a huge difference. And then just cut it down slowly. Like when you are on social media like 5 hours a day right now. So try to cut it down like to 4 hours a day, and then to 3 and to 2, and slowly starting to cut down the time and search other alternatives. Like you cannot cut down social media and then you have like time, so what should I do with this time now? So this will be so much harder. You need to something that you can do in this time. Like for example, reading a book, listening to a podcast, not playing games. Like this also is the same thing again, like social media. Just something that educates you, or start to meditate, that you learn that you can just be calm here and don't need to do anything. And when you get lost again in YouTube and watch like 3 hours YouTube, that's also alright. But you are now aware of it, that you did this, and you will hate yourself a bit of that when this happens. And the next time you will realize it sooner, and you just leverage the pain with that every time you realize that you get lost on social media, your pain gets a bit bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and slowly it starts to form like a heart of anger, that when you realize that you get lost in social media, you just get angry and just close the tab or the app as fast as possible. And this time it just gets easier and easier to not waste so much time on social media anymore, and just use this time much more wisely, because you also start to realize what else you could do with this time when you don't waste this on social media. But remember, it's just a process how the whole life, and start slow but steady, and don't try to just quit from today to tomorrow. This will not work.